In today's video, we are going to be working on stretching and lengthening your hamstrings actively and working a little on your end range. We're also going to be working on your calves. So if you're ready, let's get to the exercises. We're going to start with a warm-up, so find a mat, find a soft spot on the ground, and you're going to lie down on the floor. All right, first things we're going to do, we're going to start with some breathing. You're going to breathe deeply in and deeply out. And do 3 breaths, each breath a little longer than the previous one. Next, we're going to roll through your spine. So you're going to exhale as you tuck your pelvis tilted backwards, imprint your lower back, and you're going to start to peel your spine off the ground from your tailbone up through your lumbar and your lower thoracic. You're going to inhale, stay here, and exhale, roll down, laying the spine down each vertebra at a time from the top to your tail. Do that 5 times. Take a deep inhale and exhale, roll. Really articulating through that spine. I want you to keep your lower back rounded, your hips, front of the hips leading up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale, roll down. You should feel glute activation and hamstring activation. Take an inhale and exhale, roll. Round lower back, hips leading up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale and exhale, roll. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, roll. And last one, we're going to go up and stay up. Stay here, take an inhale. You're going to lift your toes off so your heels are on the ground, and we're going to walk your heels out. And I want, you can lower your hips as you walk it out, but I need your core working, so rounded lower back as much as you can. Okay, so I'm going to show you that again. We're going to keep the hips as stable as you can. If you can't keep it this high and stable, you're going to lower it and walk out with a lower hip. But I need you to keep that core working, so the core set in your abdominal core region, tightening as you walk out and walk in, and we should feel the hamstrings working. We're going into our end range hamstrings. So go ahead, stay up here. Flex at your ankles, hips up, rounded lower back, and you're going to slowly walk your way out as far as you can, and then walk your way back in. Gonna do 2 more rounds of these. Walk your way out. If you can't walk that far, that's fine, but I want you to feel your hamstrings working towards that end range. Walk it back. And 1 more time, walk it out. You can lower your pelvis as you need. And then walk it back. Stay here, press your hips up, inhale. And exhale, round, roll your spine down. And back. All right, we're gonna make our way up to standing. You will need a chair, and you can use a block, you can use a book, you can use a thick sweater or jacket or something to stand on. Okay, it doesn't have to be very high. You're going to place it in front of your chair, or you can use a wall to hold on to. Okay, and you're going to go ahead, place the balls of your foot on the block on the thing, and you're just going to feel a stretch. And I want you to feel like your reaching your heel down to the ground, okay? And then release. All we're going to do is reach and lengthen. You feel a nice calf stretch here. And release. Reach and release. We're going to do 2 more. Reach the calf down, lengthen the knee, and feel that. Reach the heel down and lengthen your leg and feel the calf stretch. And lengthen. Good. We're going to come up onto the ball of the foot, and you're going to lengthen it down and up. Reach it down and up and reach it down. You might not touch. If you can touch, that's fine. If you can't, I want you to really reach down. And 2 more times. Reach. And 1 more. Reach and come up. Good. We're going to switch legs. Move it over to the other leg. First things, we're just going to warm up a little. So just lengthen, reach that heel down, drive it down to the ground, and bend. Reach it down, and bend 2 more times. And 1 more. Now you're going to hover your heel off the ground, off the block, off the whatever you're standing on. And we're going to lower and lift. Lower, drive it down and lift. Feel a nice, long, stretched and active calf. And 2 more, reach, lift, and 1 more, reach and lift. Now we're going to go back to the ground. You need to prepare some kind of strap or towel for this, unless you're really flexible in your hamstrings already. You can use your hands. Let's head down to the ground. We're going to lie down all the way. Make sure your hair is not in the way so you can have a nice long neck. And we're going to start with 1 leg, so lengthen 1 leg down, and you're going to link this strap or towel or your hands around your foot, and you're going to lengthen that leg. And all you're going to do is you're going to bend and lengthen, and you're going to find a range where you feel a hamstring stretch. You're going to drive this butt down into the ground. So feel like you're really driving this butt into the ground. You're going to lengthen as much as you can this knee and the leg and bend. So I need you to feel work in this end range as you lengthen the hamstring in the back. If you don't feel the hamstring, bring it up, but most likely you're not driving that butt into the ground. So you have that, you're rounding your lower back into this position. So I want you to find neutral pelvis, a little mouse hole underneath your lower back, and you're going to lengthen and bend. We're going to do 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And if you're not as flexible, you can always start lower, all right? We're not trying to compare here. Just in order for me to feel, I need to go up a little higher, but if you're not there, start right here. Start where you feel that hamstring stretch and work of lengthening that knee. All right, so go ahead, find that sweet spot where you feel just enough work and a nice stretch in your hamstrings, back of the leg. Drag that butt into the ground. We've switched legs. We're going to do 6. And lengthen and bend and really lengthen and stretch and feel that work. It should be work for you. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and release. Next exercise, we're going to be forward folding. You might need a block underneath your hands. I recommend 2 blocks, 1 under each hand. If you don't have a block, you can use a chair in front of you. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to fold forward, have your knees. You're going to bend your knees as much as you need in order for your palms to press down into the ground. So if you feel like it's too, you can't reach, then you want to lengthen. Well, bring the block or whatever support higher. Ideally, you have 2. Higher and bend your knees so you can reach. All right? So I'm going to find my height. You go ahead and find your height. Drop your head and forward bend. Now, from this position, you're going to see if you can stick your belly all the way to your thighs. So you need to bend your knees in order to do that. Press your hands into the ground. You're going to keep the belly stuck onto your thighs, and you're going to feel like someone's bringing your hips up and tilting your pelvis up towards the air. All right, so you might already feel with your knees bent that stretch, and stay there and bend. We're going to lengthen and bend. Keep the belly attached to your thighs. Press into the ground with your hands. And 4 more. And 3, really stick that butt into the air. Drop your head. And 2. And 1. And release, roll all the way up. One last thing for your hamstrings, we're going to come into a kneeling position. So have a block next to you, have a chair next to you so you don't fall, you have some support here. Gonna come into a 90-degree lunge, 90 degrees with both knees. And you're going to lengthen the front knee, so you probably will need this support. And all you're going to do is you're going to dorsiflex. You're going to drive this butt back, and you're going to fold forward without rounding your back, without tucking your pelvis. So stick that butt back. Feel like you're sticking, showing off your butt to the person behind you, and you're lengthening your lower back and hinging forward. You probably won't have a lot of range here. Okay, before you start feeling it. So go ahead, flex, keep that heel lengthening out, knee lengthen, and you're gonna flex forward and come up. Not a lot of range, a lot of stretch and work. Keep driving that hip back, driving that butt back, and show your butt off to the person behind you. And we're gonna do 2 more of that. Reach it back, length, 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 good, leg working. And exhale 1 more. And come back. We're going to switch sides. You can turn around, I'm gonna stay here. Okay, find your position. Flex, dorsiflex at your ankle. You're going to drive this hip back, show your butt off to the person. You might already feel a stretch here. And if you don't feel too intense yet, or not intense enough yet, you're going to keep the knee straight, keep the dorsiflexion, keep showing off your butt, and you're going to hinge forward, long lower back, and come up. And we're going to do 4 more. And 2. You can have something on this side too to support you if you need. 1, and come back. All right, that will be the end of our hamstring stretch. If you need a little more, go back, replay the videos, redo these exercises, go a little deeper, use your breathing to expand your range, to feel a deeper stretch. The only way you can improve your stretching and range of motion is to use your breath to help you lengthen and let your body know that you are safe to do this, so that we can expand your movement potential. So don't forget to save this video for future reference, and I'll see you guys around.